Hi everybody, it's Robin with Uniquely Robins. I got to thinking after I shut the last video down that people may be asking, well, they don't understand how to add to this to make it bigger. And I do have several of the pages left, so I think I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Now this is my front side. I'm going to flip to the back side. First thing I'm going to do is cut my ribbon off. Okay, and then I've got 2 pages cut, and I did cut those down a little bit. They were a little bit wider than what I had wanted, so I did cut those down. And I'll let you know, I cut them down to 7.5. So I cut about 1 inch off of the top. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add some glue here. Grace, why are you whining? Do you want to talk to the people? You wonder why Mommy's talking to herself? Oh, hold on. Let me get this on here. And you can go up, you know, a little bit as long as you're not hindering your flowers any, because we have black around the edges anyway. Flip it open. My excess glue off of this side. Okay. Then I'm going to slide it over a little bit. And we're going to put glue down through here. If I can stay on the paper. Now I want it to overlap some, but not a tremendous amount. You don't want a whole lot of overlap there. Okay. Try to get it even. And then I always go back through and put just a small bead down through there and let it dry that way. It gives it a little extra hold, a little extra protection there. It's already squished out enough on this side. We don't, maybe right in here. All right, then when that dries, that'll be nice and sturdy. And I'm going to put a little bead down through here just to make sure that it's grabbing. Okay, now let's get our scoreboard. First score line is going to be right up against this. So I'm going to find me a nice score line right up against that. I'm going to put it on here even if I can. Yeah. Now your first one you want to be kind of careful with, because that's going to be close to where we glued it. All right, and then I'm going to fold it backward. Okay. Now you see what I mean about not having much room on my desk right at the moment. You can measure this out, but I like to do it right up against the book. That way I know it's going to be even with the other pages. And then you fold this one back. to our next one. And we're going to fold it back in the opposite direction. Flip it over. Move these out of the way. Do the next one. And fold it back. Okay, and you notice we have a flap here that's not big enough to be another page. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to see how big I want my pocket, say about right there, and I'm going to score it there. Okay. Fold that up. Now you can cut this off here if you'd like. Normally what I do is I come down, since it's a little bigger than the fold, I'm just going to cut a little bit of it off. Maybe about a ½ inch or so. So that when I fold it like that, it won't go clear to the end. And I just fold that whole flap down. And that just gives me a little bit sturdier pocket back there. And this is how I did the front of mine also. The front little pocket. Okay, so then when you make your pocket, it's a little sturdier and it gives you a nice flat edge here. And you can continue to do that and to keep adding pages. If you have a whole lot of ephemera and you want a really big book, you can, you know, the sky's the limit. You could add 100 pages to this if you want, or 200 or whatever. That's totally up to you. But I just wanted to make sure that I showed you how you can add to that. So we've added 1, 2, 3, 4 pages to our little booklet here. So now the only thing I need to do is I need to cut this inside ribbon, untie it, because this was our back, now it's our inside. So we're going to cut this ribbon right down there. And I'll get it as close to, pull it up a little bit here. So I want it as close there to the paper as I can, so you can't tell once you've cut it off. And I want to straighten that out because we're going to use these same 2 pieces. Only this time it'll go back here. One will go here on our back page. Oops, I'm losing my other ribbon. And then one will go on this side. Okay, and again, your paper will hold it down. So I got another piece out here for make some more pockets. But this one has a pocket, so I guess we'll use this one. Oh no, that was too small. Let's see. We got purple on the front. Let's put purple on the back. I want to cut it about there. Now this one I'm going to glue all the way down So that way it will help our ribbon stay put. Because it's going to go right on top of the ribbon and help it to adhere down. I know I had said we were going to decorate this time, but I wanted to show you. I'm going to go this one all the way down too. How you can add to it. And I could have it like this for 5 years and then end up with a whole bunch of ephemera and want to add to it again. So you can always add to this. And if you buy the kit that you use to make it, you'll have it forever, so you can always print out more pages and add to it. So then we have our little pocket back there. Our ties are back on, so it's going to be the same way it was before, only more pages, a little thicker. Okay, we did that page, we did that page. Let's go to this page. Grace, stop. And you can always make your pockets go this way if you want to put 2 or 3 different pockets on that same one. Let's do one like that just so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll do a page the opposite direction so you can see. If you have a bunch more smaller stuff than larger, okay, I need to go this way, cut it this way. All right, and we'll just guess. Say about there for little stuff. We'll make this one. We want to make it for little stuff. Let's make it for bigger stuff first. Well, let me think a minute. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to make me some tea. Trying to think of how many I want. Of course, it's kind of hard to think straight today. I bet they have a hard time seeing that black on there. Measure them this way. Okay. All right. That's good. All right, so we have 4. So we'll make 4 pockets. Start down a little bit from the top, so if anything sticks out, we'll have room there. Just like that. All right, so let's glue them on. And you can glue all the way across the bottom, so you just have that big of a pocket. If you have big long tags you want to store, you can glue just the sides of these down and only glue the bottom across the bottom on the bottom one, and that gives you room. It'll slide all the way through. That's up to you. I'm going to make these for small ones, so we're going to glue them all the way down for some shorter ephemera. But it's your book. You have the ability with this to do what you want. Well, you have the ability to do what you want with anything, but especially with this. Depending on the things that you want to put in here, only you know what you have. If you have more big long tags that you want to put, then you can do it that way. Or if you have more smaller ephemera, you can do it this way. And you can do some pages this way and some pages the other way too. That's up to you. Okay, one more. And with this being tie closures on the sides like it is, and being accordion, you can put as much stuff in this as you want. The more stuff, the longer your ribbon needs to be. Just remember that. And you can always add to your ribbon. You can always take it off and put a longer ribbon on. It's very versatile that way. Okay. Now let's see. We're going to put our flowers on here. So I need to know where my pockets end. Feel where they're at and go just a little under them. Okay. Cut on all those lines. Try to keep them in order, or you'll have a puzzle to put together. Okay. So now we just have to put our puzzle together. I'm going to trim this just a tiny bit on either end, the top one. I think it's going to need to go down in just a tiny bit. So find our top pocket. Put it down in there. Come on, get up. Get up, get up, get up. There we go. Put it down inside just a tiny bit so the black shows a little bit there. And do we need to do that to all of them? Yeah, I think we do. I think we need to do it to all of them, so let's do that. Put them all together, and we're just taking off just a tiny bit on each side. Okay, and that just gives us the ability to find the pocket and slide it down ever so slightly into that pocket. Because we just want a little bit of the black to show, without taking too much away from our picture. Grace is not happy that I'm talking to you and not her. And you can put your thumb pulls in these if you want to. I just didn't want to. I want to be able to see as much of the picture as you can. I'm hoping I'm not putting any of these on upside down. I think I cut that a little crooked. Doesn't want to. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. There we go. it in there. Ah, always something's got to give you a hassle, doesn't it? Always doing so good here. Come on, come on, come on. All right, let me add a little more glue to this. It's trying to dry on me. And I need it to slide around a little bit. You don't have to make them go down in here, since it is a little bit of a pain in the hiney. There we go. Okay. Okay. Make sure we didn't glue our pocket closed. All right. And our last one. You didn't have to cut the last one down. I just did because I want them all to be the same width. Okay, there we go. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pockets. Make sure glue isn't sticking anywhere. Always make sure your glue isn't sticking your pockets closed, because it does that sometimes. Okay? So now you have these kind of pockets you can put in. You can do the whole thing in these kind of pockets, or the whole thing in these kind of pockets. There's just so many things you can do with this kind of a ephemera holder. Now, got stuck there a little bit. I'm going to trim this. I have a little bit of overhang in my pockets. I'm going to trim just a tiny bit here. Other scissors. Just in a couple spots. It's not that big of a deal, but I like it to be straight. Okay. Just be careful when you do that you don't cut your actual page, because that would not be good. Of course, you can always cut it off and start from there and add to it. That's another good thing about this. If you mess up one page, you can always just cut it out. Start again. Okay, let's see what we got left here. We have this one. I'm gonna cut this pocket down just a tiny bit. Not very much, just a tiny bit. Okay. Now I did print this kit out on cardstock, so we have cardstock on cardstock. The black is cardstock, and so are these. Okay. And that makes it nice and sturdy. I'm going to go back to my 2 pockets. Or 1 pocket on each page instead of the double pockets. Get me another napkin. I try not to waste too many of them. Use them until I can't anymore. Okay. glue off my finger. Okay. We have one more. So, let's see. Let's do this pretty white one here. I'm going to cut just a tiny bit of this white off around the edges, the top and the bottom. Alright. Got one piece left. I'm just going to use it. So it may not be as big a pocket as the rest of them, but that's alright. I'm going to waste a whole nother piece of paper for one little pocket. And we can just put smaller stuff in it. Alright. There. All right. Having quite a bit of trouble breathing today. Use my inhaler and see if that'll help. Okay. All right. I have made one of these once before. And it's been a long time. Almost forgot how to do it. But I did make one once before and used it for ephemera. And I did add to it. I used it for a very long time. I think it's in the craft box I have upstairs. I haven't got to bring down yet. And it was ladies. Victorian-like ladies. And it looked really nice when I got done. Okay, so there, now we've added pages to it. And of course it'll get fatter as you fill it. As you fill it up, it'll get fatter also. And you can keep adding to it. And then when you tie it, it'll always cinch, somewhat. I mean, it'll get bigger the more stuff that you have in it. It's just like your journals. But the thing that's different between this and a journal is you can add as much to this as you want. And it's never going to get like a big gator mouth, because that's not how it's made. You might just have to cut your ribbons off and add new ribbons. And you can put your ribbons on the outside and just put a bow on top of it or a flower on top of it, to cover up where you've glued it to your paper. That's not a big thing. Or you can just add to the ribbons you have on here. That's up to you. Okay, so that shows you how you can make it bigger and add to it. I just got to thinking that some of you might want me to show you how you add to it. And I know a lot of my viewers are new to journaling, so that is good. I try to show you how to do things the best that I can without. I don't want you to think that I'm acting like you don't know anything, because that's not the case at all. We have people who have different levels of skill and people who are just learning. And I know that I would rather somebody show me how to do the entire thing and how to add to it, rather than just tell me, well, you can add to it, and then I don't know how to do that. So I try to think, if it was me, what would I want somebody to show me? Or what would I want, to be told about it? And if I ever miss anything and kind of seem like I'm taking for granted that you know something that you don't, just let me know. And I will go back and do it, even if we have to do the entire project over again. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But we will decorate the front a little bit tomorrow. Maybe even put a little charm on it or something. I don't know yet. But we'll see. But show the ladies below some love. Be kind to each other. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.